guys, let's get this tutorial started. So the zombie mouth part was inspired by Glam and Gore. I will link her video down below where you can see where I got the inspiration to create it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take liquid latex, but stop! Before you use the liquid latex, you have to do a little patch test to see if you have any allergic reaction. So you're going to place it on the back of your hand or your wrist, wait 30 to 45 minutes, and if you don't have a reaction, then we can move on with the tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some cotton balls and I'm going to roll them out and turn them into a small tiny piece and take a sponge applicator, dip it into the liquid latex, put it in on top of my mouth where I want it to start, and start stippling the liquid latex, then applying the cotton ball and then fully saturating the cotton ball for I can mold it and turn it into a zombie mouth. And I'm so sorry that if sometimes I'm going to be blocking the camera with my mirror, I do apologize. But once you have it fully saturated, start pulling at the bottom of the cotton ball where you can start creating the zombie mouth, but it has to be fully saturated. And you're going to do that across the top of your lip and kind of extend a little bit because you don't want it to be a puny mouth either. So stipple on some liquid latex, apply the cotton, and then saturate it, and then start pulling at the bottom. Take your time with this, and it will take a couple of practices because I couldn't get it my first time kind of sucked. So it does take some practice. It seems easy, but it's a little bit complicated. Not too bad, but just keep practicing. So now I'm going to be taking some red, brown, and black paint, and I'm going to be filling the inside of the zombie mouth where you can see no darkness and my lips can kind of disappear. So first I'm going to be putting red all over, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be very messy. And then I'm going to be applying browns deeper into the little creases of the zombie mouth where it can show some depth and dirtiness, and then adding some black to add even more depth. So just take your time with this, and it doesn't have to be perfect, again, as long as you create depth. Once I've done that, now I'm going to start applying at the bottom of my mouth, and I'm going to start from the outer part, working it all over my chin. And it's the exact same thing that we do. You fully saturate it with liquid latex, start pulling at the top instead of the bottom, and start connecting it with the top parts that you pulled out as well. And remember, you have to fully saturate it in liquid latex. If not, you're not going to be able to mold it. So just keep going, have fun with this. It doesn't have to be perfect because remember, zombies are not perfect. So just take your time and have fun with it. You can also take small pieces of cotton and roll them up into a little worm and start putting the sections yourself. If the cotton that you place on your chin or on your top lip does not want to stretch, you can do that also and just fully saturate it with liquid latex and stick it. And after you are done, you're gonna have to let that dry because we cannot paint over it. So let that dry. It's gonna smell a bit funky, so if you're not a fan of funky smells, then good luck. Now I'm gonna be taking some brown cream paint and I'm gonna be placing this all over the zombie mouth area. What this is gonna do, it's gonna darken the white for when we apply our foundation. It won't look light as hell. So I'm just gonna place it all over. It doesn't have to be super opaque, and it's also gonna add that dirtiness when we place it when we place our foundation over it. So now I'm gonna be taking my foundation and I'm gonna be placing it all over my face. It doesn't have to be perfect because remember, we want it to look like a decaying zombie. So just place it all over. You don't have to moisturize your face. I know that's kind of a bit shocking. Just place it all over and all over your zombie mouth. And make sure you try to cover all the brown, but it's not going to be fully perfect. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because this is a zombie look. Once we have done that, I'm going to set my entire face with powder just for it won't create any shine and it can add a little bit more texture to my skin. Next, I'm going to be taking some brown eyeshadow and a fluffy brush, and I'm going to start placing this all over the wound area of my zombie mouth. This is going to add some texture and make it look a lot more dirtier, and it's just going to help out a lot. Once I've done that, I'm going to start adding red eyeshadow all over the edge of my zombie wound. This is going to add some irritation to the skin, and then I'm also going to start adding some purples and blues in closer to the opening of the wound where it can look kind of bruised and gross. Make sure to add more opaque color closer to the wound, and if you get farther away, don't add as much purples and blues. Now I'm going to be taking some red paint and I'm going to start indenting the crevices of my wound just to make it a bit more jagged and more pointy for it can look a lot creepier. So just take like an angled brush and at the edges of the openings, you're going to just point them out. As I'm showing you right now, a little bit of a close-up, I'm just pointing them out where it's going to look a lot more creepier. Now I'm going to be taking some bloody scab, which is just scab blood, just written backwards, from my local Halloween store, and I'm going to get in there in those disgusting wounds that I have, and it's so gross. And if you're not trypophobic, I hope not, because it does feel pretty nasty. Now I'm going to start taking red eyeshadow, and I'm going to start, emphasizing my dark circles in the inner corners where I can start looking more like a zombie. And I'm using any fluffy brush. It doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, you're a zombie. This is just going to give me like an irritation and infected look. And when I finish this look, I look so gross. But just make sure to do it dramatic since Halloween is, at night for you can be able to notice it. Then I'm going to start taking purples. I'm going to start taking browns and blacks as well, and I'm going to go over that to emphasize it more and to make it look more dramatic and realistic. The brown color adds like a dirty, decaying look, and the black is just going to make it a lot more, it's going to give it a lot more depth and more definition into the zombie look. So again, have fun with this. You can definitely just go with the zombie mouth and just go all glamorous, kind of like Mykie did from Glam and Gore. But I decided to take a step further and, do kind of my own creation because I just didn't want to steal her look. So I'm just I'm emphasizing my eyes, and I'm going to be doing the exact same thing to my temples and in my cheekbones, adding the exact same colors, making it very dramatic and making me look very dead and gross. Now I'm going to be doing it over my eyebrows just to kind of give myself a more skinny, dead look. Again, I'm adding the red, then the brown, then the black, making it very dramatic. Kind of doing it like a skull kind of thing and giving me like an angry expression, but not too angry. Kind of don't want to look like an angry one. So I'm just going to be taking that, emphasizing it, making it very dark, very dramatic. And then I'm taking it in my cheekbones and in my temples to make me look skinnier and decaying and gross. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just make it messy and disgusting. You can even add more blood if you wanted to, but I didn't want to make it too messy. So just have fun with this look, create it, make it your own. And here I am just adding a bit more black because it looked too white where my eyebrows were. I'm just darkening that up, my temples, and down to connecting it where the cheekbone is. Now we're going to be doing the exact same thing, which is emphasizing, everything and making it look more decaying. but I'm gonna do it in my neck and in my collarbones, making them stand out a bit more for I can look again skinny and rotten and gross. And no, I am not naked. For those of you who are asking, I just pulled my shirt down because it was getting in the way when I was emphasizing it. So as you can see, here I am emphasizing my collarbones. You can even add ribs, blood, and everything. But again, didn't want to go full on. It was just for the video. I might do this for Halloween. But anyway, I'm taking the reds and then again the browns, then the blacks, making it very emphasized and deep. We're just giving ourselves lots of shading. And once you're done with all that, the look is finally complete. And then I just put my hair down, teased it a little bit where I can look kind of messy, but this is how I look. I look really gross. And here's how it looked like if someone is trying to stop you with the cops. And I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. It was a lot of fun creating it. I love this zombie look. It's just I had so much fun with it. You can use it in the daylight as shown here, or in the dark to scare people a lot more. It was just so much fun to create, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So all the products that I used will be listed down below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. If you have any requests on Halloween looks that you would like me to do, or if you would like me to continue after October and after Halloween on special effects or anything like that, leave it also in the comment box below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.